इधर से बाला स्ट्रीमिंग करो हाँ लाइव एवरीवन सिट डायरेक्ट सिट डायरेक्ट सिट डायरेक्ट पीछे 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 से रख मेरे को भी सुनना है मेरे को भी सुनना है सॉरी नहीं नीचे आकर बैठेगा नहीं तो मेरे को भी सुनना है क्या बात चल रही थी मेरे को भी सुनना है मेरे को सुनने का है और मैं वापस दोनों से अलग अलग वेरीफाई कराऊंगा वो क्या बात चल रही थी तो अभी उधर कुछ नहीं बोलेगा ए भाई मैं इधर से वाला डालेगा तो क्या बात चल रही थी बोलेगा मुझे तू ऐसी क्या बात कर रहा था उससे जो मुझे नहीं बता सकता बे मैं पूछ रहा हूं क्या बात कर रहा था अरे पूरा ध्यान रखने दे अभी वो धीरे है ना तो ये बात जब ये बोल सकती है तू क्यों नहीं बोल पाया मतलब मेरा कोई इज्जत ही नहीं है इधर उसने पूछा तो उसको बता दिया ट्रेन की टिकट मैंने पूछा क्या बोल रहा है तो मेरे को नहीं बता रहा है चलो सुनो अभी एवरीवन सिट डायरेक्ट Can we have a beautiful smile on your face? My dear Rasgullas and Rasgullis, most welcome to you all. And I'm sure you all must be enjoying thoroughly well. Yes or no? This batch. यार मेरे को दिख नहीं रहा है इधर नहीं है ये आवाज मत कर बे ऑलराइट ऑनलाइन लाइव नमस्ते सभी लोगों को एवरीवन अ वेरी वार्म गुड आफ्टरनून टू एवरीवन नाउ लिसन टू मी केयरफुली एवरीवन सिट डायरेक्ट हैव अ ब्यूटीफुल स्माइल ऑन योर फेस एंड think very positive you need to give the same smile the way you know Laila gave that smile to Majnu तभी smile आती all right good so we gave you some question as an homework subsidiary which all questions were homework beta 18 so 18 20 35 36 35 and 36 were one and the same and 25 was exam question do you all agree so let's check question number 18 first beta and let's check the answer also so I think I discussed this question yesterday okay if there is some small change in the format I think you will agree on that there is nothing to worry in this case you are only expected to create what sales book and we are not expected to create what ledger is that okay so here we see the answer boys and girls and boys This was question number what? This was purchase. No, 18, but institute's question. Okay, is this the so can you see Gupta and Verma? 39,600. Then Jain and Sons, 40,000. Mathur and Jain, 1,12,500. So the total sale value is how much? 1,92,500. Okay, how many of you found it easy? This will not come in exam, okay? You found it easy or difficult? फिर हाथ क्यों नहीं ऊपर किया? सुन लिया कर रहे क्लास में? I couldn't get it. All right, what is the next question, boys and girls? No, I didn't ask you to do 19th. Oh, we did it in the class. After 19th, we have got next. 20. आवाज नहीं बेटा. So here you wanted to create what? Purchase return book? Okay, they asked you to post it into the ledger also. So let me first ask you, in case of purchase return you have got what? Debit note. So here you see debit note. And if you carefully see return to Goel Mills, so that is when I purchased, it came in. When I returned to Goel Mills, it went out. Yes or no? So return to Goel Mills. Next, will it come in purchase return book? The answer is yes. Then Garg Mills Kota accepted the return of goods which were purchased for cash from us. 5 Kota saris at 400 rupees. Will you take it here? No. Why? Cash transaction. Did you do the homework? Read? How many of you have not done the homework? Can we clap for you? तो क्या पीछे देखकर हाथ ऊपर करेगा क्या बे? Idiot. Now can we go to the next question? Next question, next answer. So return to Mittal Mills, Bangalore, 5 silk saris at the rate of 2,600. Now my dear friend, will it come in the purchase return book? Yes. Return 1 computer, will it come in the purchase return? No. Right. Now can I expect that this answer is correct? 18,000. Alright, they haven't posted these things into the ledger. I want to understand from you, how are you going to do the posting? So you will create 2 accounts. One is what? Goel Mills Surat. And the other one is what? Mittal Mills Surat. Bangalore. So on the debit side, I will write down to purchase return 5,000. And to Goel Mills, I will write down to purchase return 13,000. And my dear friend, I will have purchase return account. On the credit side, I will write down by supplier or parties. I will write down, my dear friend, 18,000. Do you all agree? Yes. Have you all understood so far, my dear friends? Yes. How many of you could do it correctly? Good. Yes, Betu. You mean this is not each? No. This is the protocol which is used. When somebody uses the word at the rate 1000, it is generally per unit. But yeah, I can understand your ambiguity, the confusion, but it is assumed to be per unit. How many of you feel it is per unit? So if somebody is saying, I am selling this particular thing at the rate 200 rupees. Okay. So they are not giving you the total amount. So at the rate 1000 is generally believed to be per unit. Okay. I'll give you one more way to identify this. No, everywhere they have used the word at the rate. Okay. So yeah, I can understand your query, but then I don't have a concluding answer for this. I can just say that what I understand in the English is, by and large, whenever somebody is using the word at the rate so and so much rupees, so they're talking about per unit. Is that okay? Let's go on, friends. So I think this 18,000 is done. Now, which was the next question which I give you as an homework? How much? 25. Are you sure? Yes. I said which one? 30? 25. Oh, seriously? I gave you 25. Yes. Did you solve 25? Yes. What was the answer? Was it July 21 or what? July 21. So do you want to see the answer? Yes. It was asked for 5 marks. Who is talking? Who is talking? रोम क्लास में ही नहीं है ना? Hey, what is the name of the question? Purchase book, na? Yes. Shyam. Why I am not finding it, Miss Shyam? Shyam, where are you, Shyam? Shyam and company, Miss Shyam. Can you see? This is the question. This was asked for how many marks? 5 marks. So I would directly show you the answer. Please let me know in case you have got any query. Oh, it is such a simple answer. So can you see Red and Company? Yes. So Red and Company, you purchase 10 pairs of black shoes at the rate of 800 per pair. Yes. Then you purchase 5 pairs of brown shoes at the rate of 900. Then you say less 10% trade discount, 1250, 11,250. Purchase computer, will it come? No. Purchase goods for cash, will it come? No. So my dear friend, the two transactions will not appear in what? Purchase book. So your purchase book appears as 11,250 kya? Yes. Did they ask you only to prepare a purchase book? Yes. And my dear friend, you are going to write down the note that transaction number 2, purchase of computer, will not be recorded in the purchase book but in the journal proper, and purchase for cash from Blue and Company will be recorded where? In the cash book. How many of you have not written these 2 points? You will lose marks. Okay, you should write down the points, because if question is asked for 5 marks, do you think so this question can be asked for 5 marks? So they are expecting the information about the transactions which are not entering into the purchase book. Is that okay? So write down these 2 notes. So were you able to do this? Yes, it was easy question, sir. I know it. Hey, माकड ली ना लवकर, लिहिलंय का? ठीक आहे, माकड मग हस. दात काढून. एक. So we have done with question number 25. What is the next question, beta? 36. 35 and 36. Okay. I am waiting, beta. You can write it down. Yes, buddy. So I have not understood your query completely in the second part. In the first part, you said that let them all complete it. Then I'll again listen to your query. Have you all done? Yes. लिख रहे छोरी जल्दी लिख. Write fast. Yes, buddy. Now ask your query.
Sir, in the question number 20.
Question number 20, okay.
The question in which it was written that the Gulf Milk have the yes return to Gulf Milk 50 Tonka sarees at the 400 each. So which were purchased for cash. So here, how will it get affected if that was a credit transaction or cash transaction?
See, what is assumed here is, when there was a purchase return, earlier when I purchased the goods, I paid what? Cash. So when you return the goods, what is assumed is, you will receive the cash back. For example, you purchase good from Amazon, you pay cash. So when you return them, what do you get back? Cash. In your account or whatever, you get the cash back. So generally what is assumed is, when you purchase the goods and you have purchased the goods for cash, and when you are returning it back, a common sense person will say that you should get the cash back. Have you understood the first thing? Suppose if this transaction is not in cash, it is on the credit. So in that case, my dear friend, it would be a purchase return and you will be recording a debit note and they will be recording a credit note. So where does this happen? So this happens when you go into the mall, you buy some clothing. So they clearly write down only exchange is allowed. Or they will clearly say that cash will not be returned, right? We will give you a credit note. So for them it is a sales return, so they issue you what? Credit note, and for you it is purchase return, you will issue them a debit note. Are you getting my point? So in that case it is okay, but in academics when we are talking about real life, let's put it apart. Real life, there are many things which happen. So as I gave you the example of Amazon will give you the cash back again. Similarly, if you go in some, what I can say, Flipkart or other stuff, they will give you the cash back. Any online platform, they will give you the cash immediately. You pay cash while purchasing, while you return it, you get the cash. But the other case, they will not give you the cash. They might give you the credit note or debit note, as the case may be. Like you will issue the debit note and they'll give you the credit note. In that case, what you are saying is right. We'll have to enter it. But when we come into the books, academics, in academics, when goods are purchased for cash, so it is assumed, then when we are returning it back, it is also for cash. Okay, that's the reason it is not there in the purchase return book, it will go in the cash book. Okay. Now please come down to the question number 35, friends. Oh, आना ही पड़ा सजना. अजंता वाला ही है क्या? Can I understand? First transaction, did you write? Did you write in what? Sales book? पूरी क्लास में आपसे बात कर रहा हूं. I'm talking to you. Will you record the first transaction? Second one, sold to Messrs. Ajanta. Will you record this? Yes. Why? Because this is also a credit transaction. What is the next bit? Sold to Messrs. Haryana. 5 pieces of juicers. Even this will come. Okay, so what is the business? Engineers, Pranath Engineers Limited. So they are selling electrical pieces of oven, tablets and juicers. So I hope you people have understood so far. Is that okay? So please check the answer. Achha, now do you see an interesting fact? The format has changed. Now do you think so this answer is wrong? The answer is no. This answer is also right. And whatever you have done is also correct. So how you have done? You must have had date. You must have had particulars. You must have had invoice number, LF and details. Yes or no? So in the details you must have written oven 6,000 rupees each, less trade discount. Yes or no? Yes. Hey, there is something urgent, I guess. Just give me a while. अरे मोबाइल नंबर चेंज करना पड़ता. अरे यार वो जेन्युइनली नहीं कॉल करते, पता नहीं कॉल आ गया तो आई हैव टू. एक बार पहले उसके पति का आता है, फिर पत्नी का आता है, तो क्या हो गया? आई डोंट नो दैट. एनी व्हिच वेज, हाँ 6,000 लिया क्या गाइस? Did you take 6,000 into 5, 30,000? And what did you do? You did not create a separate column of trade discount. What did you do? You said less trade discount, 3,000, and in the outer column you wrote 27,000. So I explained you on day one only, format can be different. Say yes or no. Yes. So how many of you have done this format, institute's format? So then you are correct. Badhaiyo, congratulations. You have understood subsidiary book properly. No rattafying. Okay. Next. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स प्लाजा है क्या? यू सोल्ड इट टू इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स प्लाजा? नहीं, इधर सारे अपने अजंता ही है ना? नहीं, दूसरा वाला हरियाणा है. सो इधर क्या लिखेंगे? अजंता इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, इलेक्ट्रिकल्स प्लाजा, एंड यूरो टैबलेट्स. टैबलेट्स कितने गए? 8,000, 80,000 लेस 5% डिस्काउंट, 4,000. आउटर वाला 76,000. Say yes. And मेरे रसगुल्ले बच्चे next sold to Messrs. Haryana. So can I not write down Haryana traders? Agreed. So boys and girls, can I not write down? It is 5 into 3,500. It will turn out to how much? 17.5%. Less trade discount 1,750. Outer column it is 15,750. So I get this answer 1,18,750. Can I ask you one thing, dear students? Dear students, how are we going to make the posting? Posting will individual account. So I'll create Ajanta Electricals account. I'll create Ajanta Electrical Plaza account. Both are separate, huh? Both are separate. नाम सनी होने से सनी नहीं रहते. Okay. So you have to read it is Plaza and here it is Ajanta Electricals. I hope everyone is getting my point. So boys and girls will create an account. Individual account. Say yes. So let me understand. Party के which side? Party debit side. Ma'am, you can use Head and Shoulder shampoo. It's good. Your hairs have a problem, right? So you can use Head and Shoulder. It's good. Maybe you can try. So what were you doing then? I will just understand. You are a weaver. Shawl बना रही थी. Then, hopeless girl. Now can we have Ajanta Electricals agreed? So we'll write down 2 sales 27,000 and 2 sales 76,000. Electronics Plaza कब हो गया बे? Ajanta Electric Plaza. Happy? 2 sales and 2 sales 15,750. Can I ask this intelligent class, will we record trade discount? No. And can I say that sales account ki credit side mein it would be 1,18,750. Do you all agree? Yes. So now I want to check whether you have understood it or not. So I will ask you to solve now one question in front of my eyes on the timer, and that question number is, shall I tell you? इसका यस थोड़ा सा अलग नहीं लगता? चंपा नहीं बे, मुझे लगता है यही जाता है और इसकी प्रॉब्लम होती है. मतलब दर्द लगता है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 24 एंड योर टाइम स्टार्ट्स नाउ. Question number 24. I have started your time on the timer. Question number 24. Be quick. Question number 24. Quick. Trade discount is not given in Haryana traders. Is it true? Whatever this. So, acha. So we took it wrong, kya? Acha, yesterday it was not given and I assumed it to take it as 10%. I am so sorry. Online live, yes. This question was asked by these kids once I was leaving the class. So, Tawam Raj, we took it at the rate of 10%, beta. So, you can also take it 10%, okay? In module it is 10%. Okay, so matka mara barabar lag gaya. So, can we do now question number 24? With good speed, good presentation. Write it properly, use scale, pencil, everything. Write exactly the way you look like. Very beautiful. Sir, वो नहीं मान रहे sir. Anyone done? Yes. Oh, who got it done? Very good, very good. You know how many marks it was asked? No, 2.5 marks. No, not 5 marks, 2.5 marks. Yeah, I'm right. Which is this question, Bitu? 24, na? अरे 24 मालूम है November 20. Gayuti she. So, oh, I'm so sorry. It was asked for 4 marks, not 2.5 marks. 4 marks. Please do it. I'm still waiting. Okay, Betu? Shall we see the answer now? Yes. How many of you are still doing it? I'm waiting then. How many of you are still doing? Okay, I'm waiting, beta. I'm waiting. No hurry, no hurry. If you have done 17, na? 17 हो गया ना बेटू? 17 we have done. Please check. All right, are we done? Yes. Now, lovely students, please check the answer. So it is Messrs. Ashok and Mukesh, 40 shirts at the rate of 900 per shirt. Then you will add what? 30 trouser at 1000 per trouser. Then you get 66,000. Less trade discount 6,600. And in the outer column you add 59,400. Then you will write down two notes which entries are not recorded in the sales book. And which are those, beta ji? Cash sales and sale of furniture. Cash sale will be recorded in the cash book and sale of furniture will be recorded in the journal proper. And it has been assumed that Messrs. Kamal and Sons is in the business of selling shirts. Even if you have not written the last transaction, it's okay. Last assumption. Last assumption we are saying that shirts are their goods because they are dealing ordinarily into what? Shirts and trousers. Do you all agree? Yes. With this, boys and girls, we are now expected to move on to the next beautiful question. And let me explain you a background of this. So did you buy anything in your life? Which was bulky, which you could not carry on your own? Which was bulky, little heavy, which could not carry on your own. What did you buy? Fridge. You bought fridge. So anything else you bought it? Bicycle, yes. And what else? Furniture, yes. इस बेंच पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्या आज? मैं भी इम्पोर्टेंट हूँ. लिख ले नोट, अभी रुक गया हूं मैं. तुमने नोट नहीं लिखी क्या? तुमको ज्यादा टाइम क्यों लगता है? Your life has got a serious problem. I mean, everywhere you see home good. No? Once you are done, please let me know. What is today's date? 18? Okay. Let's understand the next part of the story. Have you written down the notes? Okay. So I asked you, what did you buy bulk? So where are you sitting? So how do you think so it was bought? Do you think so Swapnil sir got it on his arms? No. So there were laborers, right? There were laborers. And what did labor charge us? Wages. Please understand. They charge us freight. They charge us loading, unloading charges. So sometimes the transaction is on credit, but the related incidental expense can be on cash. Like, I bought these benches on credit. I said that, buddy, I'm buying it from you, but I will pay for these benches after 1 month. Agreed? But then he said, okay, fine, but you at least pay the freight. So do you understand? Now, you need to understand that the whole transaction may not be in credit. So part of it is in credit and part of it freight is in cash. Do you all understand this? Can this happen, yes or no? Yes. So there are many such other examples wherein you buy this particular asset like AC, you bought it. So somebody must have sold it. So now the installation of this AC and transportation and all, you will have to pay extra. Or installation you will have to pay extra. Now installation is not on credit. But my dear friend, purchase of AC can be on credit. So what happens is, when you're creating this purchase book or sales book, you will be having what I can say, column for freight also. This is what is the question number 17. So if I were to give you one question as an homework or revise before exam, it would be question number 17. Not homework, revise before exam, 17. Because 17 you will have this different variety also of freight paid. Is that okay? 17, question number 17. Are we there? Achha, how many of you want to relax in your life and enjoy your life a lot? Seriously, you don't want to enjoy? How many of you want to enjoy your life? This is a simple question. So I just want to see if there is any Jhandu Bam here. Tai, hath kude. You don't want to enjoy, good. And what about the other girl? You want to enjoy? Okay. And what about she? Did she raise her hand? Oh. Anyone else who do want to be happy? So I'll give you the key to be happiness. Are you ready to understand this? A key to happiness. The key to happiness is availability of the time. How many of you have got time? No, time 24 hours you have, but how many of you have a free time? Now this is an easy question. Those who don't have free time will not enjoy. Those who don't have free time will not enjoy their life. Remember these words. Okay, I understood. Those who don't have free time will not enjoy it. Because whatever you want to do it in your life, you need to have free time for it. Suppose if I am earning money, okay. If I am earning money, but I need to have some time to enjoy that money, right? If I don't have time, how will I enjoy it? So you will tell, sir, don't teach. No, then you will take my life away from me. Right? Because I am so much fond of teaching. So I want to have both. I want to have time as well as teaching. You got my point? So now, sir, what are you trying to explain me here? So I learnt one particular lesson long ago. And what was that lesson? I'll tell you. There are two types of people. One is efficient and the inefficient. Inefficient people will do the same job in many number of hours and with lot of stress. And then there are some people who can do the same job, same work, lot more efficiently, and that too without any hassles. So you must have seen some nut bolts. If you try opening it with the hand, it is a complex and inefficient way to do it. If you ask me, sir, you cannot open. No, you can open. Maybe you lose one of the finger, one of the nails. Yeah, fine, but you can still open. Maybe you can lose your teeth also. Right? But there are ways you can open the nut bolt. Do you agree? That is inefficient way. You can just imagine the kind of stress you can have to do a easy and simple task. Stress and effort in easy task. But the same thing if you have a tool. You have a particular tool, right, with which you use it and you open it up. Screwdriver. Jhandu bam usko ye bolte hai. पुली बोलते हैं मेरे हिसाब से, पुली पकड़ ये तो नहीं बोलते, स्क्रू ड्रायव्हर तो नाही बोलते. नट बोल्ट का मतलब जाके आज देख समजेगा. त्याला हे असतं, नट असतात, कळालं, जे तुझे मिसिंग आहे काही. So you need to have some tools through which you can open them. Do you all agree? Yes. Now boys and girls, it made the job simple at least 100 times easier than what you could do it with the hand. Do you all agree? Yes. Same thing is true with studies also. In studies, if you create appropriate notes, it will help you out to revise the things fast. And when you can revise it fast, one is you are fearless, you are confident, and the second thing is you have ample of time in your life. You will not be able to revise it. You will have to do everything again in case you don't know what to be done in the revision. Majority of the students don't know what they have to do it in the revision. So I have seen few people who have been really great lawyers in their life, and they have been earning so much amount, I cannot tell you. So what do they do? So when they have a big file of, say, let's say 1000 pages, they have got some notes. And in the notes they have mentioned some points. So 1000 pages, he has summarized it in not more than half a page. And when he goes into the court of law, he is fighting the case on the basis of the points which he has written. Do you understand the art of summarizing can earn you so much of money? This is art of summarizing. Please understand, sir, if you are able to read a particular page, let's take an example. In 1 hour, you are able to read 4 pages. If you are able to develop your speed, which is available now in the market, that there are ways in which how you can increase your speed of reading. If you can read 4 pages in an hour, and if I can make it 6 pages in an hour with a little effort, with little focus, you know what? I am getting half an hour extra. So in 2 hours study, I am getting how much? So 6 plus 6, you are able to read 12. Agreed? And if you are supposed to read in 1 hour 4 pages, you would require how many hours? 3 hours. Now you are doing it in how many hours? 2 hours. You get 1 hour free. See, understand. You any which ways have to read those 12 pages. It's just a matter in how many minutes, how many hours you are going to do it. Always try and make your life little efficient. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't be inefficient. So what do you need to do? Now this topic is done once and for all. This was asked twice in the exam. You have understood this topic is easy. I am dealing with question number 17 and that's it. We have done with the subsidiary book. Then we don't have any other question on subsidiary book. You have also understood the flow. You need to create a chart and wind it up. Can you create a chart of subsidiary book and wind it up? So can I give you this as an homework? Yes. This is going to make you a little more efficient. And the second thing what you have to do is, can you identify the important questions of this chapter? Yes or no? Yes. You can identify the important question. Maybe a question where there is a posting also. Maybe a question of debit note and credit note also. Yes or no? Yes. Maybe the question of what I can say, casting, undercasting and overcasting. And I think you are done with the subsidiary book. Say yes or no? Yes. So I'll request you all, everyone should wind up this subsidiary book thoroughly once and for all. I don't want fearful people in my class. I want to see the warrior in you. And you know what? When you are going to be fearless, once you have content, always remember, confidence will follow competence. Do you understand what I say? Confidence will follow competence. Means what? You will get confidence when you are competent in doing that. If you still don't believe me, go and try and become a police. Without a degree, without a training, and you will be less confident police. And you will be caught like this. When you are competent, then you will appear like a police. Competent means what? You are able to, answer the thing. You are able to handle the situations. Then you will. So always remember, competence will be the first step to get the confidence. People say me, sir, I'm not getting confidence. You cannot get a confidence. It is not a superficial thing. Confidence can only be got by working hard on the competence. Competence में समझ में आ रहा है कि तुमको काम करने में मजा आता है. Have you seen sometimes my sister used to play cricket with me. The way she used to hold a bat, मैं बोला बेइज्जती कर रही है उसकी. The way she used to hold the bat. Are you getting my point? जबरदस्ती आके खेलती थी. She used to come and play in between. Because she was not competent to play the cricket, she did not have that skill set. She was never confident. Yes or no? Yes. So my dear students, I'm just requesting you. I want to see you all confident people, confident individuals. So hence you need to be competent. And to become competent, this is the step you have to do. You will have to make the chart of this. Say yes. Will you do that? Yes. Agreed? All right. So let's go on. Sir, हाथ इधर allowed नहीं है. Extra पैसा देना पड़ता. Do you understand Hindi English? Huh? Okay. So you need to pay extra for this. This is not allowed, sir. Otherwise you'll have to pay extra, okay? How much you are going to pay extra? बोल कितने रुपए देगा? हाँ? नहीं, if you do it, how much you are going to pay? दूसरी बार तो बोला मैंने, कितने देगा? 5 रुपए लेगा, एक बार किया तो. मैं पूरा अब भी क्लियर कर दिया. I'll take 5 rupees from him if he does that again. Oh bless. Question number 17. Enter the following transactions. गुड़िया नहीं लेकर रहे. तो ऐसा क्या जज कर रही मेरे को? इतनी सी बात. बट उसको डराऊंगा कि नहीं क्या? 5 रुपए में देख आदमी सीधा हो गया है. ये पैसे की मोह माया है, समझे? क्या तू भी. Enter the following transaction in purchase book. Enter the following transactions in the purchase book and post them into the ledger. Purchase from Ajay Enterprises, Delhi, 100 dozen Rexona हवाई चप्पल at the rate of 120 per dozen. हंस मत, इसी चप्पल से मारूंगा कमीने. 200 dozen पालकी लेदर चप्पल chappal at the rate of 300 per dozen. Less trade discount at the rate of 10%. I think this part is very easy. Now you need to understand last line, freight charge 150. Please highlight the word freight charge 150. Now can I ask you two questions? Now you have got two options. One is you can assume that freight is not paid. Freight is not paid, and some of them you can assume that freight is paid. So if the freight is not paid, the entry would be freight to Ajay Enterprise. If it is not paid, freight to Ajay Enterprise. If it is paid, the entry is what? Freight to cash. Say yes. So now when we have two options and both are correct, we should follow what module suggests us. Yes or no? So are we not going to follow the module? Yes, we are going to follow module. So this is question number what? 17, and in module it is illustration 2. If you don't mind, can I open the book? कितना yes बोलता है रे? Please check. Everyone. Now this is the purchase book. Now in the purchase book, you have got a gross amount, net amount and freight. Is that okay? So now my dear friends, the individual posting will go into what? Ajay Enterprise. So now you have got, please check Ajay Enterprises, what is the amount? Option 1, can I not say 100 into 120? It is how much? 12,000 plus 200 into 300, 60,000. It turns out to how much? 72,000 less trade discount, 7,200, and the figure will be how much? 72,000 minus 64, and further I will say add freight. Right, freight is how much? 150, or I can create a separate column for it. Do you all agree? So beta ji, if I create a separate column, it will be 64 800 plus 150. Agreed? So it is how much? 64 950. Everyone understood this? Yes. Now I have got two options. Two option is, can I not say I will have something called as purchase? No, not purchase. I'll have Ajay Enterprise. Agreed? So in the Ajay Enterprise, I'll write down buy purchases and buy freight. Boys and girls, both the accounts are separate. Say yes or no? Yes. Buy purchases and what? Buy freight. Buy purchases, I'll write down, friends. The amount which you calculated for me, 64 800. So can I not say 64 800? And what about freight? 150. This is one way. Say yes. And there is one more way that I could have done. I have cash account and I would not have written freight here. I would have written freight where? In the cash account. Say yes or no? Yes. Even this is possible. So it depends upon your assumption whether it is paid or not paid. So institute has assumed, I guess, it is not paid. Can you please check? Institute have made the entry in the Ajay Enterprise 64 800 and 150. It is not paid. So will you write down the note? It is assumed that freight is not paid. It is assumed that freight is not paid. It is assumed that freight is not paid. Shall we do it now? Yes. So write down in the books of what? In the books of, no, they haven't said me. In the books of, I don't know who is he. And I'll write down purchase book. Everyone, please attention, please attention, please attention. Please attention, no one is going to copy, date. Everyone is going to first check. Date. Particulars. I can have invoice. Then I can have details. Okay. Then I'll have freight. And there I'll have something called as amount. Can you please create this account? Now the format can be still different. Module has got a different format and that's okay. But I have only added one column freight. Now you will be wondering why I have added a column freight, because purchases is different and freight is different. Freight ka posting, freight's posting will go into the freight, and purchases posting will go in what? Purchases. Say yes or no? Yes. Write it down. Okay, okay, darling. Here we go. What is the first date? 4 April 20. I'll write down Ajay Enterprises. Okay, betu? Did they give you the invoice number, beta? No. Underline Ajay Enterprises and I write down 100 dozen Rexona Hawaii chappal at the rate of 120 per dozen. Okay, so now can I not say 100 into 120? It turns out to how much? 12,000. I say add 200 dozen Palki leather chappal at the rate of 300 per dozen. So it turns out to 60,000. I simply take 72,000 as the total, less I say trade discount. Trade discount, how much is the trade discount? 10%, that is 7,200. Boys and girls, I will write down 72,000 minus 10%, it is how much? 64,800 in the amount column. Do you all agree? Everyone agrees. And then I say freight. What is the freight in this column? 150, 150 rupiah. 150, agreed. What is Prestige 1 Point? Please tell. So Prestige Point is the name of the building where we conduct classes. It is very famous building in Pune for CA coachings. So you can Google it, right? So we CA people made this Prestige Point very famous in Pune. well, तुमको ये अलग नहीं लगता है ये कि मेरे को अकेले को अलग लगता है, तुमको अलग नहीं लगता, कार्टून नहीं लगता एकदम? वो क्या, इसको शर्म भी नहीं है, को बेइज्जती भी करो तो हंसते ही रहता पागल जैसे, फिर वापिस ऐसा का वैसा है। तू बचपन में इसके साथ कैसे था? या वो यस यस करना तेरे वजह से सीखा है? अब चुप बैठा हुआ थोड़ी देर। So have we all understood that we need to now create an account called as Ajay Enterprises? Irritating yaar. Ajay Enterprises. Everyone's attention here. I have created Ajay Enterprises account. I said the posting in the individual account will go immediately. So I'll tell what date, my dear friend? 4th April 20, and I'll write down buy purchases. Very good, beta. How much is the amount? 64,800 and 4,420. Buy freight. I want to just understand from you what is the entry of purchases. Purchase to party, and that's the reason I'm crediting the party. That is the reason I'm crediting the party. And what is the amount of the freight? 150. I hope you people have understood so far. Hey, the science background student, where are they? Have you understood this? Where is the other one? Have you understood, Gudiya? Why have you sat there? दोस्ती है क्या? उधर क्यों बैठी? Okay, but sit front, beta. Sit in the front desk. Have you all understood this? So Ajay Enterprises is done. So you have understood the posting immediately. Now let's write down what is the next item. Purchase from Balaji Traders, Delhi. Please read it further. 50 dozen max shoes, 400 per dozen. 100 pair sports shoes, 140 per pair, but it is not paid. It is pair. Please write it rectified, per pair. Okay. And what is the next? Less trade discount 10% and freight charge is how much? 200. Now how do we write down? What is the date, Betu? 15th April 20. I'll write down Balaji Traders. Balaji Traders, Delhi. I'll underline this. 50 dozen max shoes at the rate of 400 per dozen. So 50 into 400, 20,000. Then dear students, we have got something called as 100 pair sports shoes at the rate of 140 per pair. So it is 14,000 beta. The total will turn out to 34,000. From that I have to subtract less trade discount at the rate of 10%. It is 3,400. And when I subtract 3,400 out of 34,000, 30,600. So this goes where? Into the outer column, that is a purchase column, that is the amount column. Agreed? I'll write down freight. Freight. How much? 200. Do you all agree? Sound आ रहा है? मैं धीरे बोला पर. The kid is asking me, sir, do we have to add the freight in the amount column? See, I understand where he's coming from. So he's trying to explain me what Moodle has done. But Moodle has drawn few more columns. I haven't drawn those. I have been explaining in exactly in the same order what I have explained in the earlier problem. I cannot change the format. So the module has done the posting to the individual amount of 3,600 and 64,800 only. You go and check in the ledger account. I'll show you. They have just created one more column for the sake of showing it. But it will give you a confusion here. So that is the reason I'm not doing one more column. So I can add one more column, net amount, ya gross amount. I can do one more column. But then that might add you some confusion, yes or no? And that's the reason I'm doing it like this. Do you all agree? Yes. So if I said you on day one only, there are many other formats to do this. This is not the only final format. If you open up the module, there is a different format. Posting should not go wrong. Posting has to go correctly. So we made only one assumption. And what was that assumption? We said that it is assumed that freight is not paid. Do you all agree? Yes. If it would have been paid, I would have made the posting in the cash account. Shall we go ahead? After Ajay Enterprises, what is the name of the next party, sir? Balaji Traders. Draw it in rough. Balaji Traders, Delhi. I draw an account and I write down 15th April 20 by purchases. Can I have the amount, beta? 30,000. And I will also write down on 15th 4/20 by freight. I'm so sorry to ask you again and again. Why are we writing down freight here? What did we assume? It is not paid. So do you know the entry? What is the entry? Freight to party. If it would have been paid, so then it would not have come here. Agreed? Because when I'm saying freight to cash, it would not have come here. Agreed? Yes, people. What is the next item? Purchase from Tripti Industries, Bahadurgarh, 400 pair of leather shoes and 100 dozen of rosy Hawaii chappal and less trade discount, so on and so forth. What are you waiting for? Let's do it. 28th April 20, I will write down Tripti Industries, Bahadurgarh, underline this, and then I'll write down 40 pair leather shoes at the rate of 400 pair. So 40 into 400. So it turns out to 16,000. Then 100 dozen Rosy Hawaii chappal at the rate of 180 per dozen. It turns out to 18,000 Bidu. Then when I take the total, it turns out to 16 plus 18,000, which is nothing but 34,000. Less TD at the rate of 10%, it turns out to 3,400. Minus करेंगे 30,600 and I say freight is Ande. Do you all agree? Have we done? Now what do we do? Can we make the posting of this? Which account I have to open? Tripti Industries Limited. So open up an account called as Tripti Industries, Bahadurgarh. Hey, Pagal. Buy. What is the date? 28 April 20. I'll write down buy purchases. It is 30,400. 3,400, no? 600, okay. And buy freight, Hyundai. Agreed. Then I take the total 100. Have you all understood so far? Yes. Now let me ask you one more thing. What are you going to do now? Are you going to take the total of both the column freight and amount? Yes. What is the total of the freight column? 150 plus 200 is 350. 350 plus 100 is 450. And 3600 plus 3600, 61,200 plus 64, 800. So it is 1,26,000. So I have made the posting only to what? Personal account, individual account. Now I need to make the posting to the freight account as well as purchases account. Freight and purchases both are different, yes or no? Yes. So can I not say I'll create an account called as freight account? I'll write down two sundry parties. What is the date I'll write down? I'll write down 30th April maybe. At the end I'm making the entry. Two sundry parties. And my freight amount is 450. And similarly I'll create one more account which is called as purchases account. And on 30th April I'll write down two sundry parties or supplier or creditors, whatever you want, and it will be 1,26,000. Do you all appreciate what we have done? Yes. So individual party we have credited, and then this time we have given the cumulative total posting to two accounts. One is freight and the other one is purchases. Say yes. So party account you will have individual posting. But purchases, freight, all this will have the total posting. Say yes. Yes. So with this, boys and girls, it's time to explain you if whatever we have done is correct or not as per module. So there was a question which a student asked me because the format was different in the module, and that's how he asked me, sir, why are you not taking the total? So shall we see if the posting has gone right, then I'm sure that our answer is right. Is that okay? Yes. So shall we see it? Have you done? Yes. I'm still waiting. Do it for yourself. I drew free hand. You are using scale, so it is taking little time. No issues. That's a good sign. Take your own time. All right. Are we ready? Yes. Let's open it up. Here we go. So boys and girls, if you remember, in the freight account, I said you have to write down 450. Can you check? It is 450? Yes. Now, similarly, my dear friends, in the purchases account, I said you have to write down 1,26,000. Agreed? Yes. Hey, boys and girls. Then you have got Ajay Enterprises. Did you write two figures? In the Ajay Enterprises, did you write two figures? 64,800 and 150? Yes. and 3600 and 200 and 3600 and 100. So whatever posting I have asked you to do it and what Moodle has done is right. Only the difference is there and mine format does not tally, but I have to teach you the format which I have been teaching you for all the problems. I cannot teach you the different format for different things. So I have only added one column and that is freight. And why you are now easily able to anticipate why I have added the freight column, because there is something extra this time. There is, apart from purchases, there is freight. Now in the freight also I said you there are two options. If you assume that it is paid, the posting will not go to the party account. Say yes. The posting would have gone to the cash account. So please check. They have said gross amount, less trade discount, net price. They have made the entry of net price where? In the party account. Say yes, because this is nothing but what? Purchases. Do you all agree? Yes. They have made the net posting into what? Purchases. Net amount, net price into purchases, because that is amount minus trade discount is equal to what? Purchases. And then they have added freight. Sir, we don't need this column. Why do we need this column total amount? So this guy was asking me, sir, why you did not have a total column? Because he saw the module and then he came and asked me. So if you do it with the logic which I have explained in the class, what additional column you need to add? Only one, freight. Things are all okay, and that's what we have done. So are we on the same page now? Format can be different? Yes. So can I ask you to do one homework? One question I have already given as in homework, right? No, today no question as in homework, na? So what is the homework? Listen to me carefully. Are you ready and listening? Homework is revise what? Subsidiary book thoroughly. Okay, and create a chart. So if you are able to revise subsidiary book thoroughly well with the theory, all the theory questions also you can do. You have got unit 6 with you. In the unit 6 there is a subsidiary book, all the theory. Revise and complete it off. Don't keep it pending. Do it at the right time, that will increase your efficiency. You cannot learn whole of the ABCD in one go. As a child, could you learn that in one go? You are still the same child. Keep the same child alive in you. The way you used to study ABCD at your school, come back at home and dance with the same ABCD. Yes or no? And that's how you understood how to, use those words and say ABCD and all every damn stuff. So remember that, let the child in you be awake and arise. I mean, let it be very strong. Don't become adult, be a child. You learnt ABCD, you learnt language, everything in those days. You still can learn, just that revise at the right time, become efficient, complete everything right now. Who is not going to do it? कल अगर नरी करके आया ना और हाथ ऊपर नहीं किया, हाँ तू और 5 रुपए लगेंगे. ठीक है. Everyone, can you tell me bye-bye? Bye bye. God bless you all. Take care. God bless you all. Take care. Khuda Hafiz. Hey Rasgulle online live. Can you tell me bye bye? I am waiting for a bye bye. बिन तेरे सनम मर मिटेंगे.